We're with Dr. Richard Barcellos of Reformed Baptist Academic Press, and Doctor, we want to talk about the process of going from an idea for a book to final product, and you like to call this JIRBS, and maybe for people who don't know what JIRBS are, they don't want to catch JIRBS, maybe you can tell us what JIRBS means and the idea and how it got to this final product.
Yeah, JIRBS is an abbreviation for the Journal of the Institute of Reformed Baptist Studies. If you know anything about RBAP, you know that for several years we published the Reformed Baptist Theological Review. I think there are 15 issues we did. And when I moved back from Kentucky to California, I was just swamped. I was like a year and a half behind. And it's not the men who wrote the articles, it's not their fault. It was mine. I was just too busy, too swamped. I got behind. It discouraged me greatly. And I just couldn't keep the pace up and the quality. So I decided I need to stop this thing. I think I sought counsel from a few guys and got counsel to do that. I'm not sure what the year was. I do know that about 2 years later, about at the same time, either texting or emailing back and forth with Dr. James Renahan, we both realized we had the same idea. We would like to start a journal. And I don't know if it was his idea that it would be connected to RBS or my idea. I'll take the idea, that's fine. If it was his, he can correct me. But one or both of us agreed, yeah, let's connect it with RBS. I was asked to serve as a trustee on the board, and I thought, we need a journal. We had one, but we need a journal, and it'd be great for the school and see what the doctor thinks. And so it was a joint idea. And so it came out, the first issue came out in 2014, and first thing we had to do, we identified Dr. Renahan as the editor. Now, if you know anything about theological journals, usually the editor is like a mannequin. Okay, you just want his name. And we do want his name, but we want his expertise as well. So Dr. Renahan assists in the selection of contributors and the subject matter. I'm the book review editor and what else am I? Managing editor. That means I basically put it all together. And then I have a team of editors, Ron Baines and Micah Renahan, help editing all the pieces. Dr. Renahan will end up reading everything at some point, but it's not like he does a lot of work because he's a really busy man. So the idea was a joint idea between us, and then we got Cameron Porter, who formats these for print and did the covers for both issues, got him to help us. And it's a labor of love. He does it for free. He did these for free, and we don't sell a lot of these either. But theological journals usually don't sell a lot of copies. But we're getting them in some very strategic seminary libraries and Christian colleges, really around the world. So that's been very encouraging.
Well, how long does it take to go from idea to final product with this particular book?
Well,
or collection of journals?
Our typical method to our madness is they have to have their submissions, either book reviews or article submissions, in by, I don't know, October 15th or something like that. And in theory, that gives me enough time to do what I have to do, send them over to Ron Baines, who sends them to Micah Renahan, who sends it back to me, and then I send them up to Canada, to Cameron. He formats it and gets it all back to me by December 15th or so, because our projected date to get the new issues out is sometime early in each year. Mm-hmm. So it usually takes, behind that is you got to identify contributors, including book review contributors, and I'm the book review editor, and then you got to get the style sheets out to them in plenty of time. We try to give the guys about a year advance notice. So there's a lot of work to it, a lot of behind the scenes emails going back and forth and all that. But once we get the material and edit it, we have actually turned around a book from just Word docs to a final product in less than a month. Yeah. When we were really pressed for it.
So there's a lot that goes on just to get a good idea and then getting all the way to final product. And with JIRBS, as you call it, the Journal of the Institute of Reformed Baptist Studies, again, a lot more fruit coming from Reformed Baptist Academic Press. And we thank you and many of the names you mentioned behind the scenes, and probably a whole bunch of others that weren't mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you.